Should all drugs in America be legalized?
100% yes. Next question. Would you rather? Well, Michael, you brought it to the table. What is your defense and/or argument
I
for each
think
side?
yes. I think like for the first 2 years it will be an absolute shithole, and a lot of people would probably die from overdoses. But in the end, I feel like it evens out and actually get benefits from it,
Such as
less adolescence usage and less overdoses and less disease related to drugs.
okay.
I have to agree. I think that's the way to go.
And less crime. Drug related.
Yeah, non-violent drug related likely as well. So I definitely have to agree because while I don't agree with drug usage as a whole, I do think it's better to at least have regulation to where if someone's going to choose to use drugs, they're not going to be poisoned by something else. Like, sometimes drugs can be masked as something else and you're not really getting what you think you're getting. And at least with regulation, people will be getting what they're trying to get. It'll at least be a little bit safer in that respect.
They know what they're signing up for.
They know what they're signing up for. So, additionally, all the tax revenue we'd be able to collect off that.
That's my biggest thing with marijuana being the hot topic right now.
Yeah.
Literally, I would be shocked if anyone above the age of 18 couldn't name at least 5 to 10 people that don't smoke pot regularly.
Yeah.
Like, everyone fucking does it. Like, why not just collect money off of it? If other states are going to, why aren't we not?
Well, the funny thing about it for me, is I feel like the only reason it's not legalized right now all around, because there's nothing wrong with it at all. Like, I don't even smoke and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
But the only reason it's not legalized is because there's still people in office who firmly like grew up believing it's fucking evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they just don't want to admit that they were wrong.
Yeah. Well, it's starting to change.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I'm saying. As people are getting out and people are going in.
That's so funny about the justice system, how it's going to be in like 30 years when all these really just old people stuck in their old ways of thinking die off.
Yeah.
Like, look at gay marriage. Why was it not legalized fucking years ago? Because all these old ideals. Violent video game. The guy this year died, I'm going to butcher it, so don't quote me. I'm not no person on this stuff, but I think it was Supreme Justice Silla. He was a completely outspoken person on like violent video games not being allowed.
Mm-hmm.
And there's still so many people that are like against this. And I did the research on my senior thesis at Senior.
I like space.
Senior thesis on violent video games and the effects. And I mean, the research was in that swing where it was people who played violent video games showed more aggression or aggressive behaviors.
No, it wasn't.
That's the mindset. I wanted to keep the clear judgment, but I would have liked to say that, but you couldn't say it definitively. Yeah, the problem was there's almost no research on like non-violent video games and pro-social video games. It's all violent video games because that's all anyone wants to focus because it's a moneymaker if you can go out against some of the biggest corporations and why they should not be allowed. I think the same thing is with drug use. I mean, how long ago now was it where Colorado was the first state to legalize? Was it 2 years ago?
Not too long ago.
I don't know.
Not too long ago. Within the last 10 years.
Like who?
Definitely.
Just now, California and Massachusetts, right? Those were the two, and no one ever thought Massachusetts, I think, was gonna.
Yeah, I was surprised.
There's also a lot of other states that are just decriminalized. Like Massachusetts isn't legit legalized now; it has to go through a bunch of stuff. Like it's decriminalized right now, which is like if you get caught with certain
so
amount,
what the fuck is that?
It's how every state should have been to begin with if anything was going to be illegal. Like you get caught,
it's taken.
It gets taken and you get a ticket.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's a fucking crime where you see like these videos.
The fact that people are in jail.
Yeah. No one should be in jail for that.
For so much longer than you see like some of the worst cases. Like this year was the Stanford kid who raped that poor girl, and he served a 6-month sentence.
I think
and then
less than that.
Yeah, he got out earlier than that.
Yeah, and you got people in jail for 5 years who got caught with weed.
Well,
like, are you fucking kidding me? It's a joke.
I agree.
And I think it's the whole thing where I feel like everyone should be. It's the tough part where everyone should be responsible and be allowed to put in whatever they want to their body, for better or worse. But then it comes to the fact when they're under the influence, the damage that they do to others.
Well, it was also, I forget where they did it, but basically it was like this clinic because like HIV outbreak there was just like going rampant because of heroin use, sharing needles.
Yeah.
So what they did, it's in a country in Europe. It's not around here. But they opened up this clinic to where you could come in. They had certified nurses in there.
To administer?
Yeah.
Wow.
To give you clean like needles and everything. Well, I'm pretty sure you brought in your own shit. I don't think they were supplying people.
Yeah,
with
that's actually true.
Yeah. But
crazy.
and then, yeah, so.
Well, I mean, do you know if you go to any like Walgreens or CVS and you ask for a syringe, they have to give it to you?
Well, yeah,
they would
'cause you're
rather
just
you use a
asking-
clean syringe than using a dirty needle.
I mean, then again, you're also just asking for diabetes needles.
Yeah.
That's,
But, I mean, they know what it's for.
Well,
you
yeah.
know? Even when me and Kevin visited San Francisco, we didn't really have any crazy experiences, but they're notoriously known for being just drug abuse central and weed central. But
I witnessed a grown homeless woman drop a deuce in the middle of a park.
My lord.
on a Uber ride, I think
That's
we were,
completely
right?
unrelated, but I just figured I'd share that with you because it sounds interesting.
There's something else. Kevin, what are your thoughts?
I mean, it's your prerogative if you want to poison the shit out of your body. I mean, go ahead. I mean, the thing with marijuana, I don't really know. I haven't done all the research and stuff like that, but people refer to alcohol as a drug. People refer to, cigarettes, whatever your views on cigarettes are, whatever. But those are easily accessible by everyday humans, and freaking kids are getting
even
a hold of
underage,
them and stuff like that.
I mean, it's the same thing like coffee. Like, coffee legit is a drug, and it's addictive because tell your parents not to drink a cup of coffee before they go to work in the morning.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be able to do it.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's tough because you don't want it
You're
to
not
be
morally in favor.
Yeah,
of
you don't
it,
want it to be available to people, but I guess like a big aspect with people doing all that stuff, it's sort of like it's almost like the edginess attached to it because it's currently illegal. So it's like, I'm doing something like
exactly.
Oh, this is under the radar.
People get off on that.
Yeah.
It's
You
not
know, the rush
You
of-
shouldn't do it, so fucking A, let's do it.
Because I'm also not even saying like all this like how weed is gonna be sold through dispensaries and regulated and shit. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying legalize the shit. It like I'm not saying like there should be stores like selling meth or some shit.
Just
You know what I mean?
decriminalize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, yeah, like we're talking about the rush of it. I mean, fun fact, mom and dads of all the 4Play members, we all drank before we were 21.
Yeah, that's nice.
And when you were not with your parents doing that, there was that fucking, like, the first few times, it was like, ooh, drinking that beer. I love the taste of it, everyone. No,
drinking
I don't.
some Natty Light.
Yeah. There was that fucking aspect of it, that rush. And I guess that's what people get from this other shit. I mean, I can't mentally understand it.
No, I
And
get it.
I know there is like sickness out there with addiction and stuff where people are fucking, doing that. But I never have experienced the urge to jump to something that's like insanely.
Yeah.
They just chase that high. Some
Yeah,
people
I mean,
get
I've never
that
been in
deep
that
them,
situation, so
yeah.
I can't really speak for on that. But I mean,
And it's
Never wanted to chase the dragon.
no, not entirely.
Puff the Magic Dragon. And it's always not the person's fault, the environment. They're these poor kids whose parents are
upbringings
using in
and
the
stuff
house
like
and
that.
stuff,
Yeah.
and that's their normal, Well, more research is required.
Definitely.
Michael, legalize. Brandon, legalize. Kevin, you seem undecided.
I mean,
It's
Yeah, you
tough.
wanna
It's not
ki-
a single answer, yes or no.
I'm not coming
Well,
out
I mean,
and morally
I-
supporting it, but
Yeah.
I think
Like-
it should be legal.
A couple years ago, I would have said like no because that sounded ridiculous to me. But the only reason why like I believe that now is because I'm pretty sure it was Puerto Rico that did it like a decade ago, maybe. They legalized all drugs there, and like I said, for the first like 2 or 3 years, it was horrible. Like people were dying left and
Abusing,
right.
purge.
But after that, it was like black and white.
Yeah.
Like
Once it
they did
became-
amazing.
Yeah. Well, because it was like, oh, it's legal. Let's all fucking do it. And then you
Exactly.
realize it's fucking stupid.
Yeah,
and then-
you're literally.
Yeah. So Kevin and Nick.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Toot your
Moral.
Toot your horn. I was gonna say toot your horn. I don't even think that's a
Toot
saying.
your horn. That's a saying,
That's a new
right?
saying.
Toot your horn.
Yeah, I think so.
Top of the bone.
I mean, I don't
I
think
think
people
toot
say
your
it anymore,
yeah.
but
I think it's a different context too. I think tooting your horn is like more of a
I don't know why that
bragging
came out of my mouth.
expression. You know what I'm
A
saying?
whining.
A bragging, like if you're bragging, you're tooting your own horn.
Kevin
True.
brags
Oh,
about his
okay.
Yeah,
answers.
So I think it's a different context.
Okay.
But
Nicholas.
yeah, I again, while I don't morally support, I'm not coming out and saying like, all right, let's let everyone do drugs.
Nick loves drugs.
I'm against decriminalization. Well, I mean, first time I tried cocaine. I'm kidding. Joking. No, I've never done any drugs with the exception of coffee and alcohol.
Yeah.
That's it. So I'm in favor of legalizing, decriminalizing rather.
You're my drug.
That's hot.
That's disgusting. Thank you guys for watching another Talk Time episode. Let us know what you think in the comments below. We'll be back momentarily with Would You Rather Wednesday. Thank you guys for watching.
As we learn how to use the equipment, we hope the shows will look and sound better.
please subscribe to our YouTube channel and our podcast on iTunes and other podcast services.
See you next time.